You are now listening to the Living Numbers Podcast. This is the Living Numbers Podcast, and I am your host, Tony Rambles, and of course, I've got Mrs. Rambles here today, and we're going to give you all a baby update. But first, like, share, subscribe, follow, download. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Spotify, Apple, Google Play, Google Podcasts. There you go. Breaker, Radio Public, TuneIn, Stitcher. Okay, I'm everywhere.
And Anchor. Of course, our lovely sponsor.
Also, follow me on IG at _Tony Rambles _. And one more thing. Oh yeah, you can message me about the show. Email at TonyRambles@gmail.com. Now that we've got the housekeeping out of the way, we got to get to our first number. Our first and only number today is 74 days. Because Carter was born, not 74. The first take, it was 74 days ago.
74 days ago.
So he was born June 24th. So that is...
You're better at math than I am.
All right. That's going to be... When did we record the first one? Thursday?
No, we didn't record it on Thursday.
Was it on Friday?
No, it was on...
Wednesday? No, it wasn't Wednesday.
No,
it had to be Thursday.
It was on Monday.
Last Monday? 10 days ago?
No, we recorded it before...
a couple of days ago.
Yeah, before we went to Uncle Mel's house.
Ah, that's right. Okay, so y'all are getting some behind the scenes right now. So on Monday, we recorded this thing, but it did not turn out, technical issues. We'll say that. Technical issues.
Okay.
So Monday was 4 days ago. So
now it's 78 days.
78 days. That is our number. We've taken the long road to get here. 78 days ago, our son Carter was born, who is downstairs sleeping at the moment. And of course, when I post this, I will post a picture for y'all on IG. It'll be his debut on the internet.
Yeah, it'll be his social media debut.
There you go. At least from us.
Yes.
Some people post pictures without our permission. You know who you are. But, it's all love.
And they were just excited.
Yes. And it wasn't... Why would you say that we didn't post him at all?
I just think that we're not big social media people.
Yeah.
I know that, of course you use your social media to promote.
Of course.
Your podcast, which you love so much.
The Living Numbers Podcast with
Yes.
your host, Tony Rambles.
Follow, like, share. Remember.
You know it.
But we're not big social media people. We don't post a lot of pictures. I know we occasionally scroll like everyone else, but
Right.
in terms of like having a big social media presence, that's not really important to us.
Not as much as the norm is, I would say now. So, of course, we have to really kind of push ourselves to do a lot of sharing, which kind of brings us to like one of the most, I want to say like the more difficult transitions.
Okay.
And one of those things, I know for us collectively, is just sharing pictures and sending those to people. I guess it would help if we just put them on social media, then everybody can see them.
that would definitely make it easier. Becoming a parent, doing this for the very first time, there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
So much happens at once, and we kind of didn't have the ideal situation. We went in expecting, a normal, uncomplicated vaginal birth, and
Right.
we got pulled into a C-section.
Right.
And so, that requires a lot of healing. You move a little slower. And because I was moving a little slower, you had to take a lot of care of me. And I think that that adds to us not being in the headspace to automatically jump into, calling
Right.
people
Share mode.
and yeah, like sending pictures
Yeah.
and just, a lot of communication. We
Right.
weren't really trying to.
We were really focused on taking care of each other and taking care of Carter.
Yes.
So that was a little bit of a curve. But I think even at first, we weren't taking a ton of pictures, I don't think. At least I know I wasn't. I think you definitely took more pictures.
I think for the first few days, maybe not as many pictures as I take now, but
Yeah.
I did take some pictures.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the mind space to, like share
Right.
them.
Right.
So,
But as he continued to grow, I think now we want to take more pictures.
yes, it's even made me want to take more pictures of myself, surprisingly.
Yeah. And okay, like, she never takes pictures. We never take pictures together. It's like we talked about earlier, it's just not something that we think about. But
I think
now,
we just live in the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We definitely live in the moment. We have plenty of opportunities to take pictures. It's just not at the forefront of our mind.
Right. And so you talked about the C-section. Was that the hardest transition for you? Like, from, I guess, the beginning of pregnancy, right? You are affected a lot earlier than I am because I don't have to carry the baby. And you are just amazing during pregnancy. I just want to let everybody know that.
Thank you.
There's always stories, but I have to honestly say that she definitely didn't go crazy on me. She would have days where she would just say, like, I feel a little more emotional today, or I am a little bit hungrier today. And she did a good job with her diet as far as not just eating whatever she wanted whenever she wanted. And she kind of stuck a lot to what we normally do is we try to save eating different stuff for the weekend.
Yes.
Which we
yes.
will definitely talk about later. We've got something coming up for y'all.
Yes, we do.
But talk about your transition to motherhood, like starting from like pregnancy and then to now.
I had a uncomplicated pregnancy. It was just uncomfortable, especially for someone who's just never been there before. You don't know all the ways your body has to adjust and bend for this new life, and
Right.
your body and mind decide that this new person takes precedent over you. So it was really hard to get used to my body not serving me.
Wow, that's
Right? It's
Yeah.
it's like it's all for him momentarily. The C-section part is where things went from, okay, this is uncomfortable to, okay, this is downright painful.
right.
Your core hurts, your back hurts, the scar hurts. And then there's this, I don't want to say guilt, but there's just this feeling of maybe helplessness for the first 2 or so weeks.
Like you can't do anything for yourself.
Yeah, and obviously I'm somebody who errs more on the side of a little too independent.
Little bit.
Just a little bit. And so being put into a position where, somebody's got to cook for you, help you to the restroom, get your supplies together, help you shower, use a chair in the shower.
Yeah. Okay, so like I know how she is. So for me, during this time out, I gave her the space to try on her own and be there if she needed me for anything. And sometimes I would just ask, like, are you good? Like, do you need me to help you? Or, I would ask the question. But I know that if I would have tried to do too much, that would have annoyed her. She would not have liked that. But if I didn't do enough, that would have been bad too. So I know for me,
Yeah, no, you definitely did a good job of navigating how to help. Of
I did not
course, you
help her
didn't want to
shower.
be.
I just got a chair, and she
If I
did
had
it.
asked, he would have.
I definitely would have.
But yeah, you weren't pushy with your help, and you know how I am. So I appreciate you not being pushy with the help and just being intentional about, okay, let me offer, but let me not make it seem like, okay,
You can't do it
you
without me.
can't do it without me.
Right. So that's the hard part. So what has been, I guess, first the easiest part? We'll go with easiest part. You could go first.
What has been the easiest
Like
part?
what happened and you didn't even think about it. It was just like you just started doing it.
I would say that biologically, there on now that I'm on this side of it, there is a mothering instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say that taking care of Carter is easy, but the motivation to take care of Carter is just absolutely like seamless. One day I was
Right.
a mother and all of a sudden I know what to do. The actions aren't always simple, but I know what he
Right.
needs and what to do.
I think it was the same for me. So when people were asking me how I felt, and the word that came to mind was natural. It's just like
Exactly. It's
you just
very
take care
natural.
of it. Take
Yeah.
care of him or her, whichever y'all have, whichever you have out there in the audience. Shout out to the people with babies and the people who have waited.
Yes.
But it just felt natural. Like I'm just taking care of my son. It's not really it's nothing that I really had to think about. You feed him, you change him, you hold him if you need to. But yeah, I think natural is the word that came to my mind as well when people were asking. And I think the most memorable thing right now is just how fast he's growing. And
Oh
so,
my goodness, so
yeah,
quickly. And not just in terms of size, but like you can just see him
yeah,
developing. Like it seems like
cognitively,
it seems like he's getting a
like
little personality, He likes to smile at us.
laugh at us.
Yeah, he has little like habits that have happened over time. And that's cool to watch.
Yes, for me, so it was like when he came out, and I was saying this like maybe a week or two in. I'm like, he doesn't look like a newborn baby. He looks like he's, I guess, older. I don't even really understand how to explain it. He looked a little older, I guess, like he was a month or two already, and I felt like he was just really long. So hopefully he's taller than his mom and dad
Hopefully he's tall.
because you are 5'7",
I'm 5'6".
5'6" ish, and I'm like 5'8" ish. I like to say 5'8" and 3/8 because when I went to the blend combine when I was getting out of high school, they measured me. So I was 5'8" and 3/8. So don't skimp me on my 3/8. I need that.
You need the whole
I
thing.
need it all. And then don't let me put my good shoes on. So now I'm like 5'9".
Oh, snap.
So, but just seeing him grow, like, and it's really easy to see. You have him on the little boppy pillow, and then now one day his legs are just hanging off of it. You're like, man. So that's the most memorable part for me, just to see him grow like so fast.
Definitely. Man, it just happens so quick. Like one day they're wearing like the little newborn clothes.
Yes.
And then the next day they're in the,
You're like, this doesn't fit
this
anymore.
does not fit. Like his legs are like
Yes.
he's got high waters now.
Right.
That's wild to me.
So going from memorable and then just things that we do with him. The next thing I want to talk about is principles because we've been married for 8 years, 8, 16, 13. And what principles have we put in place that have helped us to transition easier into parenthood? Because I I would just imagine having a child early on in the marriage could be a lot more strained, especially depending on how long y'all been together. Even so, getting married is just changes things. Like it's different. But because we've been together for so long, we've kind of put some things down in place. And I guess I'll go first on this one. And it is just being having the mindset. And we talked about this all the time. It's just having the mindset of I'm going to take care of you and you're going to take care of me. So whatever that looks like, whatever that entails, us having that mindset all the time, I feel like is the thing that has made it easier for us into parenthood. So like me getting up too, because sometimes you hear the stories where the man or the dad doesn't get up in the middle of the night. I'm that person. I'm getting up, even though we're back to work and stuff. So just having a mindset of always trying to take care of each other, so that we're both always taken care of. So I think that's one of the principles that have made us, I think, successful so far.
I would agree. I think we're very good at serving one another.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Important.
because I guess like I've said numerous amount of times, if I'm continuing to serve you and you're continuing to serve me, everybody's like love tank is full.
Okay.
And so then the house just runs smoother.
Right.
There isn't any there aren't any attitudes or
Right.
like this awkward walk on eggshells
Yes.
energy around. And so it makes me feel more in love with you.
Oh,
Right.
sounds really good.
Thank you, honey. I guess to add to things that really enhance our marriage and our lives, I would say that something we've always, or not always, we had to work towards this, but our good communication.
Mm-hmm.
I know the first time we dated, which is a whole nother story in
Different
itself.
story, y'all.
Maybe
that's
another time.
podcast. Yeah.
We had pretty
It was
poor
bad.
communication.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. We just didn't know how to connect to one another,
Yeah.
and we didn't know how to get ourselves on track
Right.
to connect to one another. But through a lot of great work, we've learned how to communicate really well, so much so that we don't even think too hard about, okay, how do I present this to him? How do I even get this message through to him? We just talk now. It works.
Yes.
And there's no shame or anything in how we communicate. I know that how I say things won't hurt you.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully.
No. And I think anybody that knows me knows that, because everybody says they're their own worst critic, but I feel like that's true for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me the truth. Like, the truth is the truth, whatever that is. And so I'm always trying to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I'm doing, is it being a husband or being a dad or being a teacher or playing basketball. If we're playing backgammon, okay, or horseshoes, whatever it is, like, I want to be better. And I'm not even like this ultra competitive person. No, I am not. I know people who are more competitive than me. Like, they want to win at everything with everybody. Like, some stuff I'm like, I don't care. I don't have anything to prove.
Okay, so I guess not with everything, but yes, definitely the things that you for sure care about, you want to be on the winning side.
I want to be respected. I want to be respectable. At the very least.
Okay, so we won't go with ultra competitive. We'll go with moderately competitive.
Moderately competitive. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'm like an 8.
8 is, yeah.
Yeah.
8 is the number.
Because Carlos, he's like one of the most competitive people I know. So I'm like, I always want him on my team, especially if it's anything athletic.
Shout out to Pastor C2.
Pastor Carlos C2, what's up? Gotta have you on. Shout out to you. But yeah, So I don't even know how we got here. Principles.
Yes, principles.
Somebody told me I should be a principal.
You want to do that?
Nope. Well, we never know what the future holds, but when I just see the word principal, and a good friend of mine who I'll have on hopefully soon told me I should be a principal. So I was like, all right. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so great principles. I think we would be remiss if we left out that God part of who we are in our marriage.
Definitely, because he's the reason that we are better people today.
Yes. All of the good stuff that we're talking about, we have to give credit to, our faith in God and our belief in Jesus and accepting him. And that really changed everything from when we dated the first time.
Absolutely.
To when we dated the second time. It was like, oh, okay, like I know how to do this now.
There was definitely growth that had to happen there, and that happened through striving to be better Christians.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if you put your focus on just being a better Christian, you'll reap the rewards in other areas of your life.
Yes.
So I think that was the thing that really, allowed us to aim better the second time.
And shout out to, Mama J and Pops, because they've been a great example for us as far as marriage and then parenthood and kids are concerned, and just how to treat people and walk it out.
I agree, because they are people that we got to watch have a great marriage. You can read about great marriages. You can, kind of see them on TV. But until you have like a real example in front of you,
people that
you see them actually go through things, and how they handle the negative things that happen, that's the best tool.
Yep. So shout out to them. And one thing that they've always done for me specifically, of course us, but me specifically, is they always have food.
They always have great food.
Always have great food. We had some barbecue over there on Labor Day. It was awesome. Yes. And that is actually pushing us into this last topic. So we were actually on our way to their house, and we were talking about pizza.
Yes, and I asked you to rank your top 5 pizzas in the Houston area, of course.
Houston area. And so we're not talking about restaurants like Star or even like a Mob Pizza. It's kind of a chain, but it's more like a restaurant.
Yeah, you like dine in.
Right. It's like more dine in. And so pizza is one of my favorite things to eat. I could just eat pizza for a while before I get tired of it.
Every day of our lives, you could eat pizza. And
she
I'm just not the same person.
She's not a big fan of pizza. She doesn't like pizza that much, but she'll eat it.
I think it's really easy to get tired of.
Okay, so top 5 chain pizza places-ish. And so we're going to start at 5 and work our way up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And so 5 would
be the worst.
Yes, the worst. And that comes with a story. So my cousin Ashley, shout out to Ashley. She's super, super talented. I'm sure I'll have her on here one day. I send her to this pizza place, which I will reveal here in a moment. And it's right around the corner. It's not far at all. It's kind of hard to miss. And Ashley's gone for like an hour and some change, maybe hour and a half.
Meanwhile, this place is 3 minutes away.
3 minutes away.
2 lights away from our house.
So we send her, and she comes back, and she's got like this little box pizza from like a gas station, and she just gives this sad story.
I remember the name of the pizza she got.
Oh, don't tell it. We don't want to throw anybody under the bus. Maybe they will want to sponsor us one day. But She comes back with this little box pizza. Now, anybody who knows me knows, I mean, I can eat some food. And if I'm getting the pizza, right, I'm eating half of it on that first sitting.
And he can eat the whole thing.
If I wanted to.
Yeah.
Probably not the whole thing. If it's 8 slices, I could easily eat 6. I think if I'm past that, it's like a gluttony. If there was a challenge or something where I could win $100 by eating the whole pizza, yes, I could probably eat the whole pizza.
You can. You're getting that
$100
for us.
Not in one sitting.
I watched you eat a whole pizza.
Not in one sitting.
Okay.
Okay, well, maybe she's right. Anyway, so the pizza that came back was this little bitty pizza. I'm like, what is this, Ashley?
It wasn't even a medium pizza. I'm not sure. It was something in between small and medium. They had their own sizes.
It was, yeah. And she was just like, oh, I got lost. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have a GPS. I was like, oh, man. You know what? This is terrible. This
place isn't even on our street.
I'm going to go get the pizza. You know what? Just whatever. I go and I get this pizza, and it has this pretzel crust, right? If you hear that, you probably
figured it out.
You may know by now, right? This is number 5 on the ranking. So just think of like the not so great pizza chains out there. So I get this pizza from Little Caesars with the pretzel crust. And this is the saltiest pizza I've ever had, ever.
It's kind of like they extended the salt from like it's supposed to be the pretzel crust all the way into the pizza.
And
it was terrible.
Like the worst. So, yeah, that's my sad pizza story. That's terrible. So, Little Caesars is number 5.
Little Caesars is like... It's the pits.
It's a distant 5.
It's the pits. Like it doesn't even have like the good pizza hang. Like it just kind of it's like cardboard.
It's straight.
Yeah.
I think that if you get a fresh, now Kia's side eyeing. For all the people who are not watching this, Kia's side eyeing me. I think if you get a fresh Little Caesars pizza, like it's fine. It's
okay. No.
No? Okay.
I would go get a DiGiorno first.
It's definitely not as good as number 4, which is not DiGiorno. Shout out to DiGiorno. Number 4 is... You want to say it? Exactly. So I forgot too. I think we had these as like 3A and 3B. But we said this one was a little bit lower on the list because... the actual toppings weren't as good. And so Pizza Hut is number 4.
Oh, Pizza Hut's number 4 for you.
Pizza Hut is number 4. No, we came to a consensus because we're not counting wings.
No, I thought we came to the conclusion that, what is it? The other place is number 4 because it does not have stuffed crust.
Oh. Huh. Okay,
yeah.
I think we're back to 3A and 3B. Okay, we've got Pizza Hut and Papa John's. Now, we know that Papa John's, what is that? Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Yep. That is true. Okay, but the crust...
tastes like cardboard.
It is not good. Coming from someone who eats the crust.
And it's not like fluffy.
No, it's like stiff.
Yeah.
But Pizza Hut has stuffed crust, and Kia loves their wings. So it's kind of we're kind of in the middle. Okay, 3A and 3B, Papa John's and Pizza Hut. So that moves us to number 2, which is probably the place that we eat the most pizza from.
Yes, and that is
Domino's.
Definitely.
Domino's. Some people feel differently, but a lot of people have not had the new Domino's.
Exactly. Like when did they?
I don't know, but I remember that my brother Keith, shout out to Keith, he did the logo at Prime57 on Instagram. He would order pizza every day. This is when I was at U of H. This is 2010.
Yeah.
So Keith will order a pizza every day, and when I guess I came home one time, and then he was like, no. Domino's is good now. I'm like, get out of here. Because Domino's used to be worse. They used to be like Little Caesars. He said, no, Domino's is good now. So he ordered Domino's, and they had the garlic crust, and it was on point. And I was like, whoa, this is good. Especially when it's fresh. Any pizza that's fresh is going to be better.
True. Gosh, you know what? You're the reason I had the new Domino's.
Yep. See?
And it's when we dated that tragic first time. You ordered I believe, pepperoni pizza.
Probably.
With extra sauce.
Extra sauce.
That's
She put
the
me
key.
on the extra sauce.
Because I like things saucy.
Saucy.
Yeah. But yeah, you're the reason I had the new Domino's. Because unfortunately, I had the terrible Domino's with my grandmother.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my poor grandmother. Like, we subjected her to have pizza. This is somebody who was born in the 20s and ate home cooked food
Right.
all the time. And we're like, yeah, grandma, let's get a pizza.
She probably was like, are y'all kidding me?
We ordered Domino's and it was terrible. My poor
Yeah.
grandmother.
Domino's was the worst.
But yeah, so yeah, like it was, it had that cardboardy taste because now Domino's has like that garlicky.
Yeah. Domino's
Buttery
got the good
crust.
They have the best crust
Yeah.
out of everybody.
Out of
Easily,
everybody.
hands down.
Sauce wasn't seasoned. It was a whack
It was
pizza.
poor.
But if you've had that new one,
Yes.
comment.
Y'all, hey, y'all got to go with the extra sauce. Y'all put the extra sauce on there. Go to my YouTube page. Comment, let me know how it went.
And because we're fancy, we put spinach on our pizza.
Yes. So she put me on spinach. I didn't eat spinach unless it was like out of the can before. No.
You never told me out of the can.
I mean, we didn't buy frozen. We didn't buy
Like
frozen
the-
vegetables at all.
the
We didn't buy
Popeye?
fresh vegetables like Popeye out of the can. Yeah, that's so sad. But she put me on spinach. I make my salads now with spinach. Well, since we've been together. And I eat a salad every day for lunch. If you want to hear about my morning routine, I think that's like episode maybe 2. That's early. Anyway,
Watch all of them until you find
yes,
out.
watch all of them. Listen to all of them on Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn. Y'all know, Anchor, all over.
The whole list.
Just Google it. Tony Rambles, the Living Numbers Podcast. Okay, that brings us back to number 1. Number 1, and it was pretty easy to go. Okay, yeah, this is kind of far and above better, and that is pepperonis.
Man, it's so good. Like that. This is a good pizza. Like I'd be
Yes.
willing to eat this pizza anytime.
Yep, pepperonis.
And I'm not willing to eat pizza anytime.
Pepperonis is pretty good. It's a little bit more expensive as opposed to Domino's, where you got the deals. You got the $5.99 if you order 2 or more. You know, that pepperonis, they don't have that. Maybe I need to get the app or something. But pepperonis is number 1 for pizza, chains. Now we
That
thought
will
about
deliver, yeah.
Exactly. We thought about doing fast food, but it was pretty easy to just rank those off the bat. I don't know. This might be 1A and 1B
1A and 1B.
because we eat these things both. These places we eat them. I mean, equally.
Yes. Like if we're getting fast food, it is
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A
or
and
Whataburger.
Whataburger. Shout out to
That's it.
Texas.
Now we got a distant third, and that's Taco Bell.
Gosh, when's the last time we ate Taco
I
Bell?
don't know. A lot of people hate Taco Bell though.
Yeah,
That's
sorry
too
for
bad.
y'all.
They
If
have
you're
good
there though, Supreme Beef Chalupa.
Crunchwrap Supreme, or if they have the naked chicken chalupa, that thing is amazing. I love
Haven't
it.
had it.
It's so good. I've had it multiple times. Whenever it comes out, I'm like, I gotta go get a naked chicken.
But chalupa bread is
Yes,
it's supreme.
we just need to have that at home.
Yeah, like why isn't that at the grocery store?
It might be. We just don't know where it is.
Well,
It's
we
not gonna
don't
be at
buy bread.
Walmart. It's not gonna be at Kroger or HEB. So we won't have any chalupa bread at the house anyway. So I think that brings us to the end of our episode, our baby update.
Yes, it does.
Yep, it is currently 9:22. And we are both really tired. Because that
Yes.
sleep thing is a real thing.
That sleep thing is a real thing. And
Yeah.
when you're pregnant, don't let people beat you over the head with sleep now while you can, because just don't. You can't save it. You can't put it in the sleep
You
cloud.
can't sleep. You can't save the sleep and store it for another day. So don't tell people to sleep while you can. Just ask them, hey, how you doing? How's it going?
Buy
how you
them some
sleeping?
food.
Yes, food. If anybody wants to support us, okay? Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Domino's, we take gift cards. Or if you just want to go ahead and send something over, you can email it to me at onetonyrambles@gmail.com. You can direct message me, DM me on IG at _TonyRambles_.
I meant support new parents with food.
Oh, we are new parents. Okay, I think that is all for us this evening, this episode. This is the Living Numbers Podcast. And I am your host, Tony Rambles, with, of course, the magnificent Mrs. Rambles. And we will see you all in the next one.
Bye.
See you on the next ramble.